Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So today I have James and Sophie from Needy Cat Games and we're here to talk Hellboy. Yes, so I'll just put it down because it's such a big box. The one we have here is the retail version and we'll be getting to this later, so watch out for a future video for the retail version.
Pass it over here, we're not interested in this right now.
That's not what you want to see. You want to see this monster of a Kickstarter version, and we're going to go through it. I know we've already had an unboxing that Rob and James did.
Yeah.
I almost forgot your name there, James. You need to have names on shirts, don't we?
I understand. But we've had a look through it, but you guys haven't seen this.
But what we're going to do, we've not seen it before. What we're going to do is we're going to go in a little bit more depth. We'll get some shots of some of the models, some of the stuff that we didn't really go into detail about. So, James.
Shall we?
Yes.
So I think if I sort of guide you guys through this,
yes, please.
Andy, your last experience of Hellboy was our playthrough video, right?
It was, yeah.
Which is going back a fair way now.
Yeah.
It was summer. It was warm, not like today. It was too warm. And so we can kind of get your perspective on what's changed and see what's different here. Sophie, on the other hand,
exciting for you.
I'm so excited. This is a culmination of so much work over the last 9 months.
Yeah. So for those that aren't aware, Sophie basically ended up co-writing the game.
Yeah.
You were there for the whole development process. You wrote a load of case files. You did a load of the expansions, which are in here.
You've just been hiding.
Hiding
in plain sight.
He just wouldn't let me out because I was too busy writing it. So,
and so this is you get to see this properly for the first time, which is going to be great.
I cannot wait.
So shall we?
Let's do it.
Crack it open.
Yeah. Drum roll.
Box. Look at this. Now it's massive. People will ask this in the comments if I don't say it. This will fit on a standard IKEA Kallax shelf, which is like the board game standard. You know?
It is.
It's not wanting to come open.
That's it.
It's big.
Oh, look at it. So for a start, it's a chunky box. You know what I mean? It's rigid. It's sturdy. It's good.
I mean, before we even get into the box, I love the print on the front of it. So it's that kind of mixed gloss and matte finish.
Like a spot varnish.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
With this, and it's this is the piece of art that Mike Mignola did. Just for Kickstarter.
Awesome.
The retail box is a different thing. So that is a Kickstarter.
Equally as beautiful, but different.
Yeah, absolutely. So here you go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand back and let you guys dive in.
Sophie, as the co-creator, you deserve to be the one to dive in.
Oh, so is that an art print?
It is indeed.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Well,
worth framing.
Yes, I was just thinking about where to put that in our gaming room. Oh, okay. So we've got the rule book. Oh,
second black and white art print. There's some more in there as well.
Nice.
Oh yes, look at that, and that's the playthrough as well.
So Andy, when we last played it, obviously I was showing you through the rules.
Yes.
But with this is intended to give you your first kind of steps into it. It's the same kind of thing you got in the Walking Dead game, for example.
So every game doesn't come with its very own James and Sophie to actually take you through it. I was lucky to have.
The budget was slightly
fair enough.
Yeah.
You get the next best thing.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I should just say as well, I've backed this as well, and I can't wait for it to come. And I feel really lucky to actually. Normally, you have to wait until everybody. Yeah. Normally, you wait until you see videos of the unboxings that everybody else has done, and you're sitting at home going, "Where's mine? Where's mine?" This is quite nice.
This is a little treat for you. Yeah. This is a little thank you to you.
If only I could take it home, but no. Yeah.
We've been saying the same thing.
Yeah. I cannot wait to get our own copy. I cannot wait.
So that's the rule book up there. Now this is it's really pretty. The guys done a great job of making this look good. Have a flip through. Look inside. We'll get some more detail shots of this stuff.
Yeah, we will do. Yeah, so.
But,
and we'll very seamlessly edit them all in as well.
Absolutely.
So
there's lovely artwork in there. There's all sorts. What's nice is, from our point of view, our copy of this is a previous edition, and it's been there's bits of paper stuck over the top where rules have been replaced. You know.
Like crosses through bits, and then there's whole gaps where the artwork hadn't yet been put in.
Yeah.
So to actually see the complete copy is just it's so exciting.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
So when you last played it,
yes,
we were still figuring out exactly how things like case files were going to work in that.
Yeah.
The case file we played through is not included. That was always the plan. Was that one's not included? That was we did it as a demo, so it wouldn't spoil or anything in the.
I think that's brilliant. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, because and what you've got in here is you've got 6 case files in the core box, and then more.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 in the Conqueror Web expansion, and then
once you get to the
BPRD
archives, then it's there's a whole system of creating your own case files based on different elements that you can mix together. And you can either plan it through and let someone like read them all, or you can actually just randomly select them and create a case
It's like
file
arcade
and play
reshuffle mode. You put a thing and you get a case file, which is great.
Which was a bit mind-bending to create, but
can imagine,
was really fun to do.
Like trying to write one of those choose-your-own-adventure books.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then we've got our agent boards here. So these are probably the things that have changed the least.
Yeah, these do seem quite similar actually in like layout. Yeah,
we locked the design in pretty early on. The first playtest you came down to, they were quite different. But even then, they haven't changed that much since then.
I'll pass them over to you.
And you've got a whole stack of them there. There are loads. Because you've got the 4 agents in the core box.
Oh, there is a
so you've got Liz, Abe, Johan, and... Oh, Hellboy. He's in this. You've got Lobster Johnson and Roger, who are the 2 from Conqueror World, and then a whole raft of them from the Kickstarter exclusives.
All the BPRD agents. You've also got Pancakes Hellboy, who was super popular during the Kickstarter. There's all the Scott Clark and Bud Waller, and
I think we call them centre stage backup agents is the term we use for it. Basically, when you can normally have them as a backup agents, they're following you around, helping you out.
Yeah.
But if you want more of a challenge, you can play a game with centre stage backup agents, and that you're playing with characters who are slightly less powerful.
Yeah.
So, for example, playing a Sidney Leach, he's not exactly a main character.
No.
So if you've got, say, there's 4 of us playing, and one of us is a much more experienced gamer, has played this more, they could take a less powerful character to balance things out a little bit.
Exactly. Or if you wanted to just play on hard mode, then you could all just be normal humans.
Absolutely.
And when you see some of the stuff that Hellboy comes up against and he struggles, and then you put just a standard person in that situation, obviously they're not going to be quite as tough. So it does give you an element of being able to control how you play the game.
Yeah.
And giving you more variety every time you play through it is going to be a different challenge.
Yeah, I can see it's going to be a challenge. Hellboy, his starting card is Hellboy's pistol.
Yeah.
Liz's starting card, she's got Liz's sidearm and living flame.
Yeah.
And Sydney has a BPRD baseball cap.
Yeah.
So
you know what? he rocks that hat.
I'm sure he does. He looks good in it.
Yeah.
There's actually, as Sophie was saying, there's a lot of stuff in here which kind of helps you tailor the game to your own desires.
Yeah.
The whole intention was this game would be really modular.
Yeah.
So that the expansions integrate really easily. Because what has always wound me up a little bit about certainly big Kickstarter games is when you get a lot of expansions, if they've got big chunky rulebooks as well, you can be taken forever. Like, I don't want to read all the things. I just want to play a game.
Just want to get in.
Whereas with this, it's really as easy as just throw the stuff in and it all works, in a certain way. But anyway, I'm just chatting. There's more stuff here.
Cool.
Got, nice flyer.
Nice flyer. I'm sure that's not really what you want to see, but there is one in there.
And then here we go.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the thickness. I know, thickness of the card. How exciting is that? But, it
was a stretch goal.
A difference. It was a stretch goal. And this is chunky. This is really nice.
Chunky vinyl finish.
And it's got a good board game smell to it, which is what you want. That's amazing. I really like the quality of this. The artwork is fantastic as well. It really captures the original kind of sort of graphic novels.
Absolutely.
I've reviewed another game recently, which I won't mention the name of, and I was critical of the boards that came with it, the quality of them. This is beautiful.
It
really,
feels like
really
a real
nice.
quality thing. What's interesting was when I first saw this, there was the first copy they had got run over by a forklift truck in a warehouse, which was,
It's just bad luck.
But also that hadn't had the final finish put on it,
right?
And it looked like it was quite chunky, but it didn't look as high quality.
Yeah.
This is such a step up. It's so good.
It's so good. Sorry, I got really excited because I was just flicking through, and there's some bits of scenery in here that I haven't seen because we only got the prototype, like the very early examples, and then we made like really not good quality homemade like versions of those, but we didn't see exactly, and we didn't see the full extent of all of the different options for the scenery and all the different like things. So just seeing like cool
you've broken it.
I've broken it, it's fine.
This is our one now.
We'll just start it out.
You just keep this one now, it's fine.
But seeing like new bits that I've never seen before is actually
which you came up
really
with.
exciting.
The idea of putting on the
that is exciting.
That's really cool.
So look.
The generator.
The generator and the radio, and those were things that I wrote rules for.
So this is the Conqueror World expansion where you kind of you're running through a Nazi lab, dealing with stuff, and that's all stuff from there.
And that's very exciting.
Yeah, I think what's nice as well is the tokens in the game.
Yeah.
are in the same. They're in the card with these kind of base tiles as well, so the tokens are nice and chunky as well.
Absolutely.
It's not kind of like little bits of paper
There's
thrown in at the end.
nothing worse when you're trying to play a board game.
You can't pick them up.
Can't pick them up. It's the most infuriating thing when you're like like getting a card and pushing it towards the edge of the table so you can pick it up.
Who's got fingernails? You know?
I've got one particular game, and again, I won't mention it, but I have to pick the tokens up with a piece of blue tack. It's like dab it on.
Actually, I saw like your historical war game, like your paper chit war game.
Yeah.
And that was the word chit.
Chit is a real word.
I've seen you can get like a device. It's like a little air hose that sucks. So you put it down, put a little nozzle on your paper chit, and you press the button and it sucks it up, and you can move it that way. It's like,
oh my goodness!
People have invented this. People sell these.
We're in the wrong jobs, aren't we?
We are in the wrong jobs.
CHQ board.
Yeah. So this, I think, hasn't changed much since you saw it. The design's probably changed a little bit.
The design's changed a lot. I think when we played it was still a clock. I think it was at that point in time.
I think the first time around it was. Second time around we moved it over to the HQ board like this with the Doom.
That's right. Sorry. Yes.
But it's actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. You use that, that's your HQ board. That's like the nerve centre of your game experience, really.
So there's two sides to this, Sophie. What's the difference with the two sides? Is it for different?
So one's your boss side. So when you get to the confrontation at the end of a case file,
of course,
you flip the HQ board, and then that's a health tracker for your boss.
Yep.
And it gives you space to put your boss behaviour cards, and also allows you to track the insights that you've gathered, which is your like investigative gathering clues throughout the case file. And then during the case files, the confrontations at the end, you can discard insights to get certain benefits. So if you found out that the weakness of the giant frog monster is this, this, and this, you can discard your insights to then do more damage or however it works.
And they've been really fun because every case file uses those differently. They've all got different kind of ways you use them, so you never quite know what it is you're figuring out until you get to the end, which is fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So there we go. So a load of chunky card.
And there's a lot in there as well. And again, we'll get plenty of shots of these afterwards and piece them all in.
Lovely. How nice is this? Just the layout of this box. Look at it.
It is nice. The amount of times I've seen games that don't come with this kind of basically they come in bags.
Yeah.
You unbox everything, you play the game, and then it's like, I've got to put it all back in now.
This is almost like it's like the new standard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're seeing games doing this now, and it's what you need.
It's just
look at that.
It's just incredible.
Now, one thing I will add is there are so eagle-eyed viewers in the last video spotted something. It had already been picked up. There are 2 tokens missing from this set. It's been noted. The factory knows that they're fixing it. This was sent through to find things like that, but it's the impending doom and information gathered tokens.
Yes.
But they will be in the final set.
The other thing as well is lots of dice. Lots of dice is nice. Yeah.
You've got 2 full sets in there, which is great.
Right. Okay, I'm going to open this.
Do it.
There's just too many
Let me create a little bit of space for
Here we
you.
Oh, look at that. Is it weird that the thing that I find most exciting is the 3D fire tokens?
Well, they're awesome, aren't they? I can see people using those for other things as well.
Yeah, and they're really cool. They're like a translucent orange, so they really do look.
They're nice, aren't they?
Really
if you're playing
nice.
Liz, you'll be like, I'll have those. I'll be throwing fire at things.
Fire is quite an important part of the game as well. It comes up quite a lot of times, and the frog swarm tokens are lovely. I'm sure that you'll get lots of lovely close-up pictures.
You've got your insight markers there.
Definitely.
Oh, wow! I didn't realise they'd be so nice. Oh, they're all like embossed. There's lots of they're lovely.
We've just been using like little plastic cubes. You know? So much nicer to
we've been using plastic cubes.
And the dice are lovely. Look at how bold they are. All the detail on there is really good.
Yeah, they're really, you can really see, like some dice, you roll them, especially speciality dice for certain games.
They can be a bit murky.
Yeah, well, because they've got a specific bespoke symbol on them, and you roll them and you're like, what does that say? But that is really bold, really easy to identify, and a very, very nice stylised skull as well.
Yeah.
Very Mignola, lovely.
And I don't know if you remember this, Andy, but we've gone quite colourblind friendly, so all the dice are different shapes as well as different colours.
I remember the discussion on the Kickstarter comments page about.
It went back and forth, didn't it? A lot of opinions on the colours.
On what the colours should be, yeah.
We had yellow, was it red, yellow, green traffic light system?
It was,
the initial thing. But yeah, we've gone to this now, which people
what's in the bag?
Those are your clue tokens.
Ooh.
Nice.
So rather than just a little cardboard counter that you get in the retail edition, this is like a set of. It makes the board look nicer. You've got proper little bits of interesting stuff to pick up. I mean, why would you go for a little counter when you can have like a dead soldier or a coffin or a pile of books?
Yes, they are so nice. That's brilliant. The dead soldier's just great. And of course, you need your ancient jug/barrel.
Of course.
Anyone who plays any kind of game knows that you have to smash it to find out the information.
Absolutely.
So,
That's the Hellboy approach.
Yeah.
These are great.
That information fitted into it, it just couldn't get back out again.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to smash it. Yeah. So those are really cool. And again, we'll keep getting plenty of shots into there so you can see some nice close-ups. But it's hard not to get ahead. So I'm listening to you talk about that, but then I'm looking here.
No, I get it. I'm desperate to see what's next.
And over here you've got all the basically a double set of frog monsters here, and they're awesome. They're lovely sculpts. They'll be great fun to play with.
All the sculpts have been such high quality with this Kickstarter. It was one of the things that blew me away. Seeing it evolve was how great the sculpts have been, how great all the models have been.
So this is the BPRD Archives minions set.
I haven't seen these yet properly.
It's a harpy werewolf over there.
The
werewolves are nasty in the game because they howl. They bring more werewolves into play. They have to just
as they would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and we tried to make it so that if you did get the double set, that those would be used.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just be a case of you've got twice as many.
Yeah.
It'd be like
it all has purpose.
They all have a link in and a purpose, which was...
The harpies are great fun because every enemy fights differently.
Yeah.
And these ones, if they're not in an area with an agent to start their turn, they flap away. So you put them out of play, and you can't get them, and they swoop back in later. It's like you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, there's some.
You say fun, I say frustrating.
And this is the ominous bird who works in a different way. He isn't actually a minion or
acts like the frog swarms. So
yeah.
They turn up and they give you general sort of debuffs.
Yeah.
While they're hanging around because they're just creeping you out.
They just get in the way.
They get in the way, and they and if more and more of them turn up, it gets it exponentially worse. Wow. So they are great fun to play with.
Excellent. I should just say as well, I'm not even halfway down the box here.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Next up we have...
Conqueror Wim.
Yeah.
These are all the minions.
What I love is this tray. It's your Nazi troopers, a couple of busts, and a turkey.
I was going to say you've got Lobster Johnson.
I want to paint these so badly.
They're so beautiful. And then there's Roger, the homunculus, and there's just loads and loads of Nazi troopers. And you've got Roger and Lobster Johnson in full figure, and then there's a turkey. I just think that's great. Great.
The turkey was like the breakaway star in the Kickstarter. Everyone loves that turkey.
Yeah. He's great though. I love it.
As long as I get Hellboy and a turkey in the box, I'll be happy. Everything else is a bonus.
Screw the rest. These guys are interesting because when we were doing the rules for them, we kind of went back and forth, didn't we, on how to make them interesting? Because the thing is, when your core set are the frog monsters, and they're meant to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you put in an enemy that's weaker, but you've got the same number of them? How do you make it interesting? And the fact is that if you get up close to them, you'll finish them off.
Yeah.
But their guns really hurt because they've got guns, And it's a game where getting shot with a gun really hurts.
Yeah.
Surprising that,
yeah, absolutely.
It was really fun to do actually because it totally changed the way that the case files that have these minions in. Like the entire way that you want to move around the board and the way you interact with minions and the way you interact with clues and the risks you take with opening doors are just utterly different because they are terrifying if you're at long
when
range.
you got big long corridors, you're like,
you're constantly like, dash out and go, I'll run across here, but I'm not finishing in any kind of and so you're constantly looking at all of the angles and the corridors that you want to go down.
One of the playtests we had, the agents are running away from the Conqueror Worm, whopping great evil space maggot of doom. And they're like, get away. And then I think one of them had to get out for them to win. And he stopped like two spaces short. He's like, it's fine, the Conqueror Worm can't catch me. Next time I'll do it. And then a trooper shoots and steps out the rifle and just takes him out. It's like, okay then. Anticlimax.
Yeah.
So that's your stuff there.
It's really cool that you have to adjust your approach because because some games do just have different models but generic kind of.
We wanted to really avoid that.
It is an enemy kind of thing, but
that was a really big thing that we worked really hard to do. Was we got really focused on making sure that the rules reflected the comics.
Yeah.
So we've read so much Hellboy and reread it and gone through and done background reading and read spin-offs.
Yeah.
All to make sure that we're trying to embody the characters.
So you've got Dark Horse ringing you now, asking Hellboy questions. What happened here?
Yeah. I will say actually, I'll give a shout out. The BPRD kind of community, the fans out there have been a great help. There's been a few people who I've gone to. Just checking. Does this this? Am I right? Am I getting the right idea here? And everyone's been so helpful.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, especially Kevin Alford, who's one of the big,
Yeah.
he's a massive fan. He's been incredibly helpful.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, here's just a load of heroes and bosses, basically.
Oh, I love the busts.
They are really nice, aren't
I just love them. They're fantastic. I mean, look how physically bigger Hellboy is to like Abe. He's just so much bigger. I mean, he's just gorgeous.
It's a chunky piece of it. But people just want to paint that just to display it,
Yeah. Well, I just want to be able to paint all of them. They're so good.
But yeah, you've got a whole range of stuff here. So you've got your core game agents. You've got Horned Hellboy.
Yeah.
You've got is that Ilsa Halpshin on the end?
Yeah.
2 Rasputins.
You've got Pancakes Hellboy. And there's both the Heketes.
Yeah.
Heket.
Helen.
But they both have different rules as well, because we wanted to embody the fact that she is actually quite different when you encounter her when she's in her Iron Maiden form. So, it's so good.
And a chimp with a gun.
Yeah.
You know what? It's what more do you need from life?
Exactly.
What I quite like is that the Hellboy with the horns and
Ulak.
That's it. Yeah. They are designed. They're sculpted dueling.
Oh.
So I believe there was actually a base state that you can get on the Kickstarter as well, where you put them both on. It's like that kind of cool moment.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, April can't come quick enough.
There is a lot of fun stuff here to play.
So much.
I can't wait to actually just play some games with the proper set.
With the stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
There we go. Surely it's all done.
It's no, it's not. Now we've got the big guys.
Yeah.
So we'll take these out one at a time.
Kriegaffer is just honking
Ridiculous.
great, massive death
It's
monkey.
glorious. It's glorious. Kriegaffer is he's just glorious as a piece. I want to have it as a showcase piece. I want to paint him.
No.
The quality of these.
It's phenomenal.
Cannot be understated.
Yeah.
Considering this is PVC, it's your board game plastic, but they're pre-assembled, they're pre-made. It's lovely. I mean, you're not getting like mold lines, you're not getting huge gaps and things. They're just
the detail. I'm just looking at here. So we've got
that
is it like the big kind of frog monster?
Yeah.
Even just like you can see on his hands the kind of creases in his fingers and on the palm of his hands.
Well,
I'm assuming they're hands.
Yeah. On the agents, like on Abe, for example, the back of his jacket, he's got the BPRD logo, letters BPRD, and you can see it all really crisply.
Well, you can see Hellboy's BPRD symbol, and that's like a little thing on his sleeve, and you can still see it. The quality has been just incredible.
And also, it's not bendy. So sometimes this kind of material can be quite bendy, but it's not. It's really firm.
It's not. It's solid.
So good, and tentacles of Sadu Hem, and again not bendy,
and it's the detail inside it as well. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff there. It's gonna be so much fun to paint.
It's just fantastic.
And I'll you say about it being fun to paint as well. There is so much detail. Like even if if you've never painted before, a base coat, a dry brush, a wash, they'll look fantastic.
It's one of those things. Actually, I can see people. What people do with some other games is like spray all the heroes one colour, all the villains other, all the bosses another colour. Give them a wash. Jobs are good. You know what I mean?
Conqueror Worm, I've just been, the weight of it. I think I was expecting it to be hollow, and it's not.
You could very much kill a man with that.
I was just going to say, you don't want to put this in a sock and throw it around your head. That's for sure. They will do some damage.
Incredible. This is one of my favourite figures in the entire.
And it's scary in the game as well. It's not a pleasant thing.
Well, it's scary in the comics. It's terrifying, and it's massive. It's so big. Look at it.
You are doing like a soundboard app thing, aren't you? So that with every game,
we should.
We should.
That's a great idea.
Sophie does the sounds of Hellboy.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Which So have you? I think you've seen the trailer for the new movie.
Yeah.
Because she's definitely in it. It looks like because her house is in it.
The chicken egg house is in it.
So she's got to be in it.
And there's.
Awesome.
I've got a whole theory about that. About whether Koshi's in it as well. The Deathless would be great. But yeah, it's it's
something special, isn't it?
It's such a nice, and I love the fact that it's sitting on this disc, and it's got the sort of the spray of like the clouds around it. It makes it.
There's proper movement to it.
Yeah. It's really lovely.
That's one thing. Actually, saying that about this movement to it, none of them look static. They're all in action.
It's all. It's like there's that lovely source material. The comics, they're all a static panel that conveys movement, and that is what it's
brilliant.
This has.
Next, we have all of the cards and the deck of doom is in there.
So these probably haven't changed a massive amount, conceptually from when you last played it. But the actual, the decks, we put so much work into that. And here's your sealed case files. These ones have been opened up, so we can check through. In fact, I think they didn't seal on top, so that we could make sure they were all in the right order. When you get them, there you go. When you get them, they will be like this. You'll be able to read the briefing on the front, so you'll know. I think when we did it, I had a little cardboard pack. Didn't I? You opened up. But so you'll go through. And there's no correct order. There are 6 case files in the core game. You'll get 8 in here plus the ones in the BPRD archives, and you just go through right. Which one do we fancy playing? And it'll tell you, how long is it going to take roughly? How difficult is it? Do we fancy a quick one, a long one? And then you just go and you see.
I like that. I've just noticed there it's got challenge rating and then duration as well. That's really it's a really nice touch.
It's nice
because you can pick. We've got it now. Which one we're going to play? Yeah.
Exactly.
I also like on the back of them as well. It says case file in a big red card. Case files stop. This is the back of the case file deck. To avoid spoilers, turn it over and only look at the front of the top card.
Yeah.
So this is a really nice addition. This
that you'll pick up. So that has actually got an extra card on the front as well. I'll look at that. Which basically guides you towards it.
It says, "Hey, you read this." I like that.
And that one is one that works with the tutorial pack. For you're playing your first case file. Although you don't have to play up the tutorial, you can play it as a full functioning case file by itself. And I should add, you can play the case files multiple times. Yeah. I mean, that one there, we have run it so many times because it's the one we've been using to teach people, and every time it's different.
As you enter the rooms, the whatever comes out is going to be different. How you approach it.
Because you randomly select because there's certain difficulty levels of encounter cards.
Yeah.
So it might say take to medium and to hard and to easy and shuffle them together. And if you've got multiples of those in the core set. And every expansion adds a couple of those in on top of the specific ones for each case file.
So actually buying a new expansion means you can play through your core 6 case files and they'll be different again?
Yeah.
So it's all aimed for multiple replays. It's all aimed that, with all the different combinations of all the different, agents that you're playing, that every time you play it, you'll get a different experience.
We very much approach this in like, what do we like from the games?
Yeah.
We're massive board gamers. And we were like,
it's a good job with it. In your line of work, that's a good thing.
What do we want? What annoys us about board games? When you get them, and things that you can only play through once, that's kind of annoying. Things where you can just go back and play them again and again. Yeah. Because we love the idea of getting a campaign, like a legacy game or something, playing through it with the same group of people, but it's happened so rarely. The first scenario of anything is the one that's going to get played the most. You go, hey, try this game out. Well,
exactly.
Yeah. The first scenario.
The amount of games we've got on our shelves where I've played the first scenario like 5 or 6 times with different people. Because everyone's like, oh, that game looks cool. And you're like, okay. And then, if you've played it 4 or 5 times, 6 times, and you're like, oh, God, it's just the same. And then you never get to scenario 2 because you don't have much time. We've tried really hard to make sure that at least there are surprises every time you play the same case file, you'll get different challenges, and especially when you look at things like the BPRD archives and combining all of that stuff together, that's like an obscene amount of additional replayability. Yeah,
the case file constructor system. This is, like I said, this is your reshuffle mode. This is where you can just throw in whatever you've got. What's nice with that is it means that every expansion set that comes out will have some cards that go into there, which will let you use the new board tiles, the new miniatures from that set. And so you get this constantly growing set of stuff. You go, right, shuffle it out. And if you've got the Kickstarter, you will straight away have a load of stuff to play.
One nice thing as well, and I don't know whether this was intentional or whether it's but there's a bit of space to get the cards out. So many sets when you get these, you can't actually get the cards out. Here, there's plenty of space to lift them out.
And they're actually designed, you can sleeve the cards and they'll still fit in.
Even better. Yeah. And they're deeper than the decks as well. Because I think there was a game I was putting away last night and I'd lifted it off my shelf, and when I opened it, all of the cards were scattered everywhere because they came right to the brim and they were kind of like sliding out. So it's just little
especially
things, isn't it?
Store it vertically, you want that bit of space.
Exactly.
We're having that on there for a start.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
really
there's
nice.
also actually there's like you've got your tokens that are spread across 3 storage compartments.
So you've got plenty of space for expansions in there.
Yeah, that's going to be, you can put those all into little bags and put them in one, and then you've actually got additional space for more cards if you need them. So yeah, it's
really nice, aren't they? Lovely little cubes.
And they're in like little sealed packets.
Are those little clips for the bottoms of the characters as well?
Yeah,
right?
so basically, so you get your action cubes that are colour coded to these, so you put them on the bottom of your base, and they're not tied to any particular character. You just pick 4 different colours, and those are designed because they're very colourblind friendly. Those 4 colours. You clip on the bottom of your base, and then you
really nice.
That's your.
So you don't have to paint miniatures if you're a board gamer. You don't have to paint them. You don't. It's really obvious. You don't even have to be a huge Hellboy fan and know exactly which character is which.
That's it.
You know, it's going to just identify them.
Yeah.
The quality of the cards is very nice as well. It's kind of almost.
I think linen or vinyl.
I wanted to say linen. Yeah, but I didn't think I wasn't right enough. I'm sure somebody.
Were good.
I'm sure when this Kickstarter goes out, someone will say you'll find they're not linen. They're something else. But they're a really nice quality. The artwork's beautiful on them. It really is very reminiscent of the books.
Yeah. Oh, and this is fun. So in the deck of Doom, so when you create your deck of Doom for a game, that's like your kind of random event deck that comes out every turn. You will create it at the start of the case file based on the icons up in the top right, top left-hand corner, which I'm sure you'll be able to zoom in and show beautifully through the magic of camera trickery. But basically, there's a set which is like the grey icon is like your core set that's always in there.
Yeah.
And then you have other ones that come in for other scenarios. But in the Kickstarter edition, as an exclusive, we've included the rookie and hardcore mode things, which basically swap out that grey central deck for a harder or easier version. So if you want to play you just want to play through, get the story, you can put the rookie deck in. If you want a real challenge, you put the hardcore deck in, and things get really messy indeed.
If you want to be ridiculously hardcore, you could play the hardcore deck with nothing but the backup agents.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's like multiple levels of like how difficult do you want to go.
This set in particular, the Kickstarter set, it's a toolkit.
Yeah.
You can play the game you want to play. There's a very clear, here's the default way of playing it. If you want to tinker, you can tinker away.
Toolkit is a really great word for it, because what's really coming across is that no 2 games are going to be the same. No matter how many times you play that scenario, no matter, you can mix it up, you can make it harder, you can make it easier, whatever you want to do with it. There's so much options.
Yeah, we really have people going to be playing this for a long time. This is going to be one that you can just go, oh, should we play some Hellboy? Let's get it out. Haven't played it in a couple of months. Let's play it, and you can just have a whole new experience every time.
And again, like with all the expansions, we've put so much work into making sure that there's additional Deck of Doom cards, and there's even generic ones in there. So every time you get an expansion, it's going to add variety to your core game, even if you just play the core game again. So we've made a huge amount of effort to make sure that you're always getting little tweaks and little changes all the time.
There we go. So Sophie, how is it digging through that?
It's so exciting! I'm so happy.
How about you, Andy? This is like,
I feel like a spoiled kid waiting for Christmas now.
The worst thing is now, of course, now you've got to put this away and then go home.
Can't we just play one case file?
No. But we need to at some point when it's all back out. We need to do another proper playthrough.
Yes, we definitely do. That would be great. I would love to do that.
Brilliant stuff.
So, hopefully that's give you a little bit more insight into it, a little bit more information that maybe you didn't see in the first video. And if you've got any questions, no doubt drop them down in the comments, and we'll try our best to try and answer some of them as well. So, thanks very much to you two. I really appreciate some time with you. I really appreciate being able to see this too. And we'll see you lot in the next video.